Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, where today we're going to be looking at Infinite Warfare's DLC 1, which is Rave in the Redwoods. We had Lee Ross tweeting out a few images yesterday, which are quite interesting. We're going to take a look into those in a second. But I just want to quickly mention that right now, like right this minute, I'll put an image up just here. Lee Ross just tweeted out that the DLC 1 cinematics is all ready, and hopefully this is a trailer that we're going to get on Tuesday maybe. Like, people were thinking we were going to get it last week, but it would make sense we get it on Tuesday. That's coming up in a few days, because then it'll be 2 weeks on that Tuesday until the game's out. And at the moment we got 2 weeks and 3 days until the DLC 1's out, so it makes sense if it is in 3 days time on Tuesday. But that's not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is actually from yesterday, about 15 hours ago from recording this video. Lee Ross tweeted out 4 images of the character designs. Now, we know in Zombies in Spaceland they had their own dress code, they had their own character. I'll show an image right next to me now to show you what they look like in Zombies in Spaceland, and I'm going to show you what the concept art looks like as well, because this looks pretty interesting and it's a completely change of like costume, obviously, like, and not only that, but these characters also take on a new persona as well, so they're not going to be like the nerd or the jock, etc., but they're going to be like something else. So we're going to take a look at these images. So first of all, we have AJ. Now AJ is just like he was really before. Like, he has different clothing, but it's a similar style of, like, you know, the hard one of the group. He's got like the sneakers on, he's got like blue jacket and the blue trousers, and in general, like, there's not really a lot to say about it. He's got like the gold chain. So yeah, like I said, there's not really too much to talk about this as far as I can tell. Like, he's just got sort of a mean stare to him as well. He's got a little soul patch, but other than that, there's not really too much different about AJ itself. Apart from the fact, obviously, his hair's quite different, which is quite cool, because obviously it differentiates the characters from different maps. These, by the way, are just concept art. They're not like actual images from the game. These are what like an artist just drew up on paper, I guess, or on like a computer. But it looks quite different, and I like the fact that he's quite different. It doesn't actually give me the feel of Rave in the Redwoods, however, but we're going to go over to Andre. Now, Andre to me looks a bit more like Bill from Left 4 Dead 2. He's got sort of like the ripped jeans, and he looks quite old and just sort of, I don't know, like he just like baggy jeans, and obviously his clothes been ripped apart because of the zombie apocalypse and everything, and he's decided to go for like a different hairstyle here. And he's got some sort of like coat around his waist. I don't know if he's going to be playing the whole time with a coat around his waist, or if he's going to actually wear it. Other than that, there's not really too much to say about these. These are just standard clothing, to be honest with you. This feels more like Rave in the Redwoods type of clothing than AJ wore, which is quite different. So the next one we have is Poindexter. Now this one's quite interesting, because if you look at Andre, he's like Rave in the Redwoods. Like, that's the sort of feel that I get from it anyway. Poindexter doesn't really fit that feel, but then you got to remember that Rave in the Redwoods is like, even though it's dark and dingy and it's like a horror map and everything, it still does have that rave part about it, which is going to make it feel a lot more like happier, I guess. It's got that sort of rave aspect to it, I guess, which is a complete weird contrast to have in a map. But because of which, Poindexter's actually dressed up more for a rave than he is for like a horror film, which is fair enough, you know, because obviously they've got like the diversity in the dress code and everything, which is quite cool, and I like the sort of way that he's dressed and everything. There's like a totally 90s feel about this, and it's more of like a, what I get as like a hippie vibe. He's got like the smiley face badges on his bag, and he's got like the pink trousers with the yin yang symbol and the love hearts and just everything else that just makes it sort of feel more hippie-ish. Again, sort of like the other two characters we looked at so far, he's changed his hair dramatically. It's like multicolored, it's like blue and purple, and I think a bit of green in there as well, if I'm seeing correctly. And he's like stuck it up, and it's sort of completely different to what Poindexter had in Zombies in Spaceland. And there's also the fact that he's got some Teletubby dangling next to him as well. So overall, his costume is probably the biggest change, I would say, so far. But we're going to go look at Sally. So here's Sally right here, and she basically reminds me of someone from GTA San Andreas. She's dressed like proper gangster-like. She's got the tattoos on her neck, on her stomach there. She's got like a skull on her belt, so obviously she's a badass. And I honestly think this is going to be her character type. Out of all of them, I couldn't really tell what their character types could be. She was the Valley Girl in Zombies in Spaceland, but now I believe she's going to be like the badass or something like that anyway. She's also got tattoos on the back of her hands as well, like the rose tattoo and something that looks like an owl maybe or something, or just like a weird pattern. She also has like massive golden earrings and like just a red bandana as well. And like I say, she just reminds me of someone out of GTA San Andreas, just because of the way she's dressed, really, and the tattoos and everything, and even the style of the writing in the tattoos as well. Like, it just gives me that vibe of San Andreas. So yeah, that's basically it for the video. I just wanted to show you guys these images because I know not all of you have Twitter, and I know not all of you are going to be following Lee Ross either, because he only has about 10,000 followers on Twitter at the moment, so there's bound to be a few of you who are probably seeing these for the first time. And I didn't want to just put these images over on screen with like no commentary or anything. I wanted to try and talk about them a little bit. I know there's not really a lot to talk about, but I wanted to show you you guys exactly what sort of the concept so far of Rave and Redwoods is going to be for these characters. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like rating and comment down below what you think about these costume changes as well. Another thing I want to quickly put in there as well, what I've mentioned a few times before on my channel, is the fact that the perk jingles should be changing, I think. Because the perk jingles in Zombies in Spaceland is all like 80s themed, so it wouldn't make sense that these 80s sounding jingles were in the 90s in Redwoods, so that definitely is something that I need to try and look into, and if they don't change it, it's going to feel really weird to me. But anyway guys, that's going to be everything, so thank you so much for watching this video, subscribe for more zombies content, and as always, I'll see you next time. Peace out.